Claude, we're just under 2/3 of the way through the season. Sum up Arsenal so far.
So far this season, from what I expect of the club, I would say about 6 out of 10. You know, we're improving. We didn't start off too well in the beginning of the season. We've improving. Great result at Man City. Seemed to put us back on track. We demolished Villa, and then we went back to our old ways against Spurs. But at the moment, I'd say about 6 out of 10.
Just outside the top four in 5th, in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, knockout stages of the Champions League. Isn't that where Arsenal should be or not?
Well, it depends. I think we should be challenging for the title, and we're now 14 points behind Chelsea, and I don't think that's good enough. I think we should be up there challenging for the title.
Why aren't Arsenal challenging for the title then?
Because we've not spent on the right players. Maybe some of the big games against the big four, we've not got our tactics right. Apart from the Etihad this season, our tactics have not been right against the top 4 sides.
And what about recruitment in the summer? I felt that Arsenal needed to go and buy a holding midfielder, that central pivotal figure that can do a destroying job, a Patrick Vieira type player. They're few and far between, but if Arsenal were to buy one of those, do you see them challenging?
Oh, of course, yeah, but I mean, Francis Coquelin has come in and he's done a really good job. Long term, I mean, at the moment, I still think he's going to have a bit of a dip. So I don't think he's really the real answer. I think we should have bought someone like Carvalho, you know, someone like that into the midfield. You know, it's a really good holding midfield player. But I think we could have bought Matic a couple of years ago. I think we had a chance to buy him. I don't know why we didn't. This is the sort of player we've been lacking.
When you look at what he did up front, he went and bought Sanchez and Welbeck, but Giroud recently has been the one that's impressed me. Is the goals since he's been back from injury.
Yeah, but Giroud he's okay. He can be good one week and the next week. I mean, he was very poor against Spurs. You know, there's a lot of games he goes missing. He doesn't. He's not been consistent enough for me. I'm not sold on Giroud, I'm afraid.
And what about the central partnership at the back? Is that another area that Wenger needs to look at?
The jury's out on this guy. I thought we should have gone for someone. I would have preferred Hummels from Dortmund, because Brazilian and defenders, for me, I'm a bit scared after seeing what happened with our last buy from Brazil defender Santos. He was a complete flop, and this guy's got no caps, and it worries me. I don't know whether I hope it turns out to be a great Arsenal player, and I welcome him. But I'm not too sure about him.
If Arsene Wenger doesn't win a trophy this year and doesn't finish top 4, what should the future be?
I think we have to look. We might have to look in another direction. I think what's happened with Arsenal. I think maybe he's been a fantastic manager. Don't get me wrong, but to me, I think maybe he needs a new challenge. Maybe the club needs a new direction. Players might need someone different to, you know. Don't get me wrong. I love Arsene Wenger. I love what he's done for the club, but it seems to have gone stale a bit for me.
Do you think in some ways, missing out on top 4 football may long term benefit Arsenal or not?
It might give them a good. It might start. Giving them a good shake-up, yeah.
Well, we've seen what's happened at Manchester United, of course. Yeah, they've gone out and spent 150, 200 million. They may have to go and spend another 100.
Having said that, the only thing that worries me, and I think this is where Arsenal, where we're in a bit of a mess, because where Arsenal's been there so long, like Sir Alex has been at Manchester United, a new man coming in, the whole thing might take 2 years, and there's going to be a lot of people moaning then, still moaning about, you know. So it's very difficult. I mean, we're in a difficult situation because he's been here so long. I mean, I hope we end up the season winning the Champions League, and I could hopefully be proved wrong.
So, what players should Arsene Wenger let leave in the summer, and who should he go out and replace them with?
Well, I think we should let. What we should do, I think we can let Arteta go and Flamini go, and bring a holding midfield player. And I also think, and that might be controversial, I think the goalkeeper needs. We need a top class goalkeeper. We haven't got a top class goalkeeper.
They're few and far between, though. Who would you go and get?
Well, I'd go to your team, Chelsea, mate, and say Peter Cech, possibly if they sell. I don't, because he's not going to be number 2, does he, at Chelsea? So, or even Casillas, one of the two. But we need a top class goalkeeper. I think Szczesny's attitude, to me, is not good enough to go to the top level, I'm afraid.